What is up, guys? Wrestling Premiere is here. Whew, it's about damn time the fans are back. Well, for 2 nights only. Hope they eventually return in the summer because they really added a hell of a lot to the show. It's been a while since we've seen this many of them, and regarding the event, I haven't had this much fun for a WWE pay-per-view since Royal Rumble of 2020. It was 10 times better than the empty arena or Thunderdome, but you already know that. Reminded me of how times were before this pandemic, and the feeling I'd been lost for a long time. Like, as good as a match was, the crowd wasn't there and it lacked. It's definitely my favorite pay-per-view of the year so far. The 2-night thing, it's worked out well for me. Like, it gave me time to enjoy every match unlike previous years. Like, I used to watch WrestleMania on delay, like the next day in the morning without knowing what's going on. And I'd always usually skip at least one match that I wasn't interested in. I feel the show was paced very well in that. And by the time the main event was on, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. And yeah, like the fans, they were greatly missed. And I was glad. So damn glad to see them. Now, before this video starts, if you're wondering what I'm going to make this month, these are a couple of videos I have in mind. Christian Cage is a video that's coming out on Wednesday, hopefully. After that, we'll see. You know, I got WrestleMania 21 planned. We'll do that one later on. I got this one after DX's feud with the McMahons. Hopefully, I have a good month. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the content. All right, enough talk. Let's dive into it. WrestleMania 37, Night 1. Okay, Vince McMahon started things off, and man, I just had a smile on my face seeing the crowd. The guys standing on the ramp. It was like 2019 all over again. Before the show, BB Rexa performed America the Beautiful. For years, I've been thinking she's an Alexa Bliss clone, and ironically enough, they actually took a picture together. Yeah, I thought Alexa Bliss was living a double life. The show was supposed to start off at 8, but it rained. I believe it was so severe that there was a thunderstorm, and many were thinking God was angry with Vince. And so in order to waste time, they interviewed a bunch of wrestlers, which by the looks of it was unscripted. It gave them the opportunity to show what they are capable of. And the notable promos for me, New Days, it was pretty motivational. KO knocked it out of the park, but that's about as likely as WWE scrapping a guy's push. In the audio issue during Kevin Owens' promo got my ass laughing. To make things even funnier, Michael Cole's telling everybody the show's beginning soon, all while Joe and himself were wearing a poncho. After like 30 minutes, the show was finally greenlit, and Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan came out. Titus got a great crowd reception while Hogan's was a bit mixed. They did the yada 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 hype stuff, and I'm just so happy for Titus. He's got his WrestleMania moment as a host, and he definitely deserves it. And it was time. The first match was for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre challenged Bobby Lashley for the title. Okay, first match back, what can they do? Well, simply put, they delivered. It was a damn good match, and I wasn't bored with the action. I was glued to the screen because of the fact that it was the first match with a crowd. It was a big man fight that shocked me greatly. Like, damn, I didn't expect Drew not to hit a Claymore, let alone lose the match. I figured this was the moment where he was winning it, but it's a good thing because I feel the fans would have slowly turned on him. Lashley winning it caught me off guard, but made him look like $1 billion. It showed that he beat the best guy on Raw, nearly, keyword nearly clean, because MVP had to call for Drew's name. And it's been a while since we've seen the guys play along with the crowd. It felt good, and I almost saw Drew gonna pull a Bret Hart and push himself off the ropes in order to roll Lashley up to win it. He did it, and quite honestly, I do feel bad for him, but he is eventually going to have his moment. Bobby Lashley, he's 44. Moments like these won't come often for Bobby. Well, for Drew, he's got a solid 10 years ahead of him, so there's that. Drew, he's a main man, and he ain't going to fall in the mid-card or anything like that. He's here to stay as a main eventer, and he will definitely get his moment soon. As for Bobby, I am proud of the fact that this guy retained the title at WrestleMania. It caught me off guard, sort of like John Cena at WrestleMania 24. I thought he was going to win that triple threat. It caught me off guard like that. I hope they give him the Brock Lesnar feud, and while watching WrestleMania, I kind of actually thought Brock Lesnar was going to return after the match. Don't understand why they had to split up the Hurt business, but hey, Lashley retains. I'm glad he did so. Drew, he will eventually get his moment, so there's that. Great match to open the show, and it was the best choice to start off WrestleMania. Second match was Tag Team Turmoil. This one was weak. It wasn't exactly bad. It's just uninteresting. Like, there was a bunch of botches, and some of it was enjoyable for me for the most part, especially Riot Squad. I loved watching them there. Mandy slipping was notably a moment that people are going to remember. And initially, I expected Lana and Naomi to win it, but they lost in the first minutes. I was rooting for the Riot Squad, hoping they win it because they're an actual tag team, and because of the fact that the crowd somewhat liked them. But WWE went with the veterans, and I didn't like the results, but whatever. Tamina, she probably deserves it due to the fact that she's been there so long. Hasn't got an opportunity, but they were the last team I expected to win, honestly. It's gonna be odd seeing them face the champs because they're both heels, and I don't know, like, I'm just not interested in that match. I would have rather seen the Riot Squad, but hey, Tamina, she deserves that moment, so there's that. Next match was between Cesaro and Seth Rollins. Oh man, this was good. Freaking third gear right out of the gate. It gave off an unexpected vibe, like it could end any minute. I was just on the edge of my seat. I was rooting for Cesaro all the way, and the nervousness kicked in later on. I haven't felt as excited or invested in a match like I did for this one in a long time. There was still a feeling that Rollins was gonna steal it, and Cesaro, he finally got that win. I'm under the belief that he deserves a push, and I mean, you could hear what the crowd thought of him. They loved him. He busted out a freaking UFO. That moment's just etched in my mind. That moment where Rollins is spinning over his shoulders and Cesaro standing there like it's nothing. He's superhero-like. Impressive feat of strength. Seth, who was a pro, also made me believe he was going to end this Cesaro hype. That corkscrew splash was superb, and the pedigree really got me worried. He's had an incredible run at WrestleMania with these matches, and this match solidified to me that Cesaro deserves that damn push. Excellent stuff. Seth put in a performance and made Cesaro look like a star, and this was definitely my favorite match of the night. The next match saw the New Day defend the Raw Tag Team titles against AJ Styles and Omos. Big E was there for a moment, which I was happy to see. Xavier's got a nice ass cut, and as for Omos, he disappointed me with the lack of mauve colors. I mean, it's WrestleMania. AJ Styles still looked like one of those microaggression toys next to him, and regarding the match, in the beginning, Omos was actually going to start the whole thing, but New Day managed to force AJ in. There was a nice little exchanges between those two, and as the match went on, New Day were really trying their best to piss off Omos. The style of the match was that of a regular tag, but with the heel being isolated instead. They're slowly building to an Omos debut, and I can't believe someone said he looks like Lukaku. AJ Styles was starting to get a little too desperate. Kofi impressed with his athleticism, awesome stuff. And at this point, Omos was seething. About as angry as Vince when the rain poured, probably. When he entered, that was it. One-man wrecking crew. He looked damn good out there, and I'm more than interested in seeing him in the ring. He single-handedly won it for his team, and AJ's finally a Grand Slam champion. It's probably going to be a memorable WrestleMania moment for years to come, due to the fact that this guy just came in and destroyed two guys that won the tag titles 11 times. I really hope Omos fulfills his potential, because he will definitely be a star. Time for the annual Shane McMahon match. He faces Braun Strowman in a steel cage match. Since I'm stupid, apparently, Braun has dedicated this match to me. Beforehand, Elias and Riker made the attack, even provided Shane with a chair. Hell, even discovered a metal sheet in the cage. Strowman's leg was isolated, but he's still ready to give Shane those hands. Still, the Boy Wonder put up a fight. He was standing toe-to-toe with Braun, and at one point he had the match won, but Strowman ripped the cage apart, looking like a monster, and forced him back in before throwing him off the top of the cage. He hits the running power slam, and he wins it. Not bad, dare I say it was almost good. It was way better than that build, and I thought Shane was going to be proven right with Strowman being stupid one way or another, but I was glad that wasn't the case. He didn't have to take a spot like that, but he did. And his matches at WrestleMania, for the most part, I enjoyed nearly all of them. The Hell in a Cell match was a bit too long, but the AJ match, the tag match, the thing with The Miz, I enjoyed those. The next match was a tag team match. The Miz and John Morrison, who brought out 100 bunnies, put on a performance that will put any to shame, face Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. It's about time Priest debuts on the big stage. I know it was at Survivor Series 2 years ago, but this is different. Regarding Bad Bunny's entrance, I thought Becky Lynch was in the truck. It gave me Judgment Day 05 vibes with that entrance, you know, John Cena. And he got a decent reception by the sounds of it. Shockingly, though, he actually started things off. You know, Bunny Benito, he actually caught me off guard. The guy, he actually got it. He was going for waist locks, arm drags, head scissors, and the smallest touch that I noticed was the fact that he was holding a turnbuckle string, you know, in tag matches. That showed me that he actually gave a damn. He looked like a pro, and I just loved how he sold like a normal wrestler, too. He, of course, struggled with the Miz and Morrison. Morrison was looking to get his ass kicked by Booker T for doing the spin-a-rooney, and it took Bunny a bit to fight back. Once Priest was finally in, the match kicked into high gear. This was after like 15 minutes or something. At least that's what it felt like. They hit suplexes in sync, dives, skull-crushing finale from Miz that I actually thought was going to end it all. I was very impressed. And to top it all off, a Bunny Destroyer was executed. Out of every move that I thought Bad Bunny was going to hit, I never thought he was going to hit a Destroyer. It caught me off guard, and the commentary, like Booker T was going crazy. Everybody on Twitter loved it. I loved it as well. Double team in the ring gives them the W. Wow, that match exceeded expectations like no other. It was definitely one of my favorite matches on the night due to the shock value in it. Like, I didn't expect Bad Bunny to look that good. He sold well, he wrestled well, he had a good night there. I'm pretty certain he's gonna return in the near future, probably at SummerSlam or something, because he actually likes this damn stuff. But yeah, it was very good. It was better than what I expected it to be. And the main events of night 1. Sasha Banks defends the Smackdown Women's Championship against Bianca Belair, the winner of the Royal Rumble. So initially I thought Tekashi 6ix9ine was defending. I realized these two are relevant to even appear here nowadays, and it's crazy to think that these two are main eventing. It's 2 black women, 1 woman born in the 90s. The build for this match was about as forgettable as 2018 WWE, but the match I knew it was going to deliver. It delivered and then some, and it exceeded my expectations. Like, I thought it was going to be good, but not this damn good. So initially the challenger overpowered the champ. Hell, she even caught her suicide dive attempt, showing off her brute strength. And Banks just had to pull her hair to find an opening. Belair was so damn impressive, you know, power. And just watching this match, no brainer as to why they pushed her. Like, look at her, man. Look at her. She's got that superstar quality, but hey, you probably already know that. A 450 splash that she attempted went about as well as WrestleMania 34. Sasha was more grounded with knees, whereas Belair was more extravagant, you know. And the drama ends up kicking in with Sasha's submission holds and the Bank statement. She was getting frustrated with Belair, who just refused to give up. 450 finally connects, but Sasha kicks out and Bianca loses her composure. It was like she saw a bug or something. KOD attempt to go south and Sasha gets whooped with the hair. And my God, it was like a gunshot of sorts. And look at that scar that was left on her abdomen. Very insane. It's one of those spots that I will definitely remember from this WrestleMania due to the crowd, the sound, everything about it. Little counter and boom, KOD, Bianca wins. It was an incredible performance from both women. And watching this event, yeah, this was the right choice to main event. I feel that it was much better than the first match. Had the drama, had the action, had Bianca looking like a superhero. And man, I was impressed, and this was definitely the right choice to main event upon watching it. Bianca finally gets her moment. She is now a star. She is the EST of SmackDown. My favorite match of the night, that would be Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. That match, I loved it due to the fact that it meant so much to Cesaro, and I am hoping this is the beginning of something, but even if it isn't, it was an excellent moment. My second favorite match was the main event. Clearly, I love this due to the atmosphere, the action, the hair whip, the little whip Bianca gave Sasha. It's still etched in my mind. My third favorite match is the Bad Bunny thing. That one caught me off guard. Least favorite is the Tag Team Turmoil. I honestly think they should have traded that for that SmackDown Tag Team match. I would have loved to see Ziggler and Rude retain on the big stage. And just thinking about that, like, it's so odd to me that Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy aren't on this WrestleMania one way or another. It's just so weird. I just can't believe it. Also, Bayley, I was expecting her to do something here. She really didn't do much, but hey, at least she did something. We might see her on night 2. But yeah, I hope night 2 is way better than night 1. And night 1 in itself was very, very, very excellent. What did you guys think of WrestleMania 37 night 1? Please comment down below. And that's it for this video. Make sure you hit Cesaro swing on the like button and perhaps the KOD on the subscribe button. Peace. I'm out.